I just,
There we
Just sign
go,
it.
recording in progress.
I just saw your email.
I just forwarded it to Jennifer because she wasn't.
This is the subcommittee for, what is it, what do we call it, where is it?
Docs and
Docs
peers,
and
docs, peers,
Peers
and
and such.
Well,
Docs,
we're
peers.
just calling it the docs subcommittee now.
Okay, the doc subcommittee now. All right, I had homework. Part of my homework was to check with the local boatyards about storage and all the maintenance and things like that. And the general consensus is yes, they make arrangements for, if they're building a dock for somebody, usually there's an arrangement made for storage and or maintenance. Josh Conover seems to think that if an abundance of docks happen to be taken on, they may have to look into pulling them out of the water and stacking them up. Which is an additional cost that the owners would have to incur.
Mhm.
Now, is that a question that we as a planning board might want to address as somebody's putting in a application? Like, what are your plans for storage?
So my short answer that I would say is yes.
Yeah,
And the reason I say that is also in addition to the conversation that I had with Jay Martin from Camden, and he was the author of all these documents that I provided. They have very specific regulations on inspections, 3-year inspections. They have to guarantee construction. They have to guarantee that they're gonna be inspected every year, so that if things break apart, that they're responsible for, retrieving, or if there's property damage. I mean, there's just somebody else's property. There's a lot of really interesting verbiage in this write-up. I think it's a great guide personally that we could borrow a lot of it. I think it's probably more comprehensive than we need to be, but that's just my opinion. But I would say I didn't remember seeing anything in here about storage. And I could easily call Jay back and ask him, if they considered any of that. I think it's great guidance. But I can say from firsthand, knowledge in on the South Shore in Massachusetts, that was a requirement. People removed their docks and they stacked them. And typically they weren't paved parking lots where there was space for it, and they'd stack them 6, 7 high. But if you run out of space, you have no options.
right, that is your option.
Yeah, and whether it's on your own property or somebody else's property, it probably should be addressed if we're running out of space.
Okay,
In
So
storage.
I think that adding something like that to our questionnaire or to our conditions even, might be something we wanna look into. Have we discovered, I was going through the minutes of the main meeting, and the question came up about comprehensive plan regarding docks. Has anybody, we haven't looked into that. I know I didn't look into
Yeah,
it.
I briefly looked through it and I didn't see anything relating to docks and piers.
Okay. And one of the things we also talked about was we need a strong rationale for the need for the moratorium. I mean, I don't know that we even have to, if we gotta do a moratorium, there has to be a special need, but I don't know that we need a moratorium if we want to reword the ordinance. I'm not sure
I
we need.
agree.
a moratorium.
Yeah. Unless there's a real, suddenly everybody's dividing up their properties for docks.
Yeah. Does it need to be revamped? Oh, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have in this package is the 1-page, voter approved moratorium that was written up by Camden. So it's pretty comprehensive, but then you'll see all of these. There's what defines harbors and waterways.
Yeah.
Which is 108.23, inner harbor, outer harbor, coastal region, which we probably fall under coastal. Site plan reviews, extensive on how that works. And then the new zoning.
All right.
So it's pretty intricate documents, but I've read through all of it. Like I said, I haven't spent a ton of time with it, but it's
Right.
very good.
You did an overview.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. And they I know we had talked about some concern about, just having the harbor masters kind of like the last resort. Again, speaking with Jay, I said, right now it's Department of Environmental Protection and civil engineers and the engineering firm. And he kind of chuckled. And I asked him why he's chuckling. I said, because those are easy to get by.
Really?
Yeah. He said, so they put more teeth in it. And one of the things that they did is they added in what they call, it's in the FEMA flood maps. There are different zones.
Mhm.
I know Wendy's aware of it because of the time in Marshfield and the South Shore as well. They had all sorts of FEMA issues with flooding. And they have a VE zone and they have different zones. And if you're VE, it's like a maximum exposure. So like for instance, the east shore of the island has a much greater exposure. So they tightened the requirements. In some instances, they're asking for the US Coast Guard to sign off. Yeah, which is, I thought, really interesting. Now, not to say that we go that far.
Right,
But
but we can't do less, but we can do more than what regular.
we can do what we have today is very little. We could certainly adopt some of these.
Yeah,
And I don't think it would certainly help us. Maintenance requirements, inspection requirements,
yeah,
height and they have very specific heights on inner harbor, outer harbor, and coastal as far as height relative to tides. Outer is like 12 feet
mhm,
above the mean high, 10 feet on inner harbor, 10 feet on outer harbor. Coastal is 12, outer is 10, and inner is 6 above mean. And they have very specific requirements on lighting, what you can and cannot do for lighting, what you
Yeah.
can and cannot do for railings. So
Yeah.
because they don't want to obstruct views. A lot of waterfront issues, environmental issues. So it was pretty
yeah,
intensive. So I think really and he highlighted some of the things in this document, that are, I think, worthy of looking and possibly adopting. But again, I think we need to go through it and see which ones
right,
which ones seem appropriate
right.
for the island. Take it from there. So maybe next steps are that we just, as a subcommittee, review all of this
Review this,
and come back with what we individually think are appropriate. Highlight them, flag them, and then come back with, okay, do we have to issue a moratorium? Or do we just tell the select board that we're gonna work on updating the ordinance?
right?
So,
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't either.
You think there's anything wrong with it?
You're muted.
No, I think Scott's ideas are good.
Yeah,
And the question is, do we still continue with the survey or say bye?
oh. Has the survey questionnaires been drafted?
No, all I provided you with the introduction.
Aha,
If Carrie even saw it come through.
Oh, yeah, I did, and I printed it out.
okay.
What do
Did you
we,
get this?
what do we think about that? I did not grab that one.
I didn't either, unless it was in my box.
Thank you, Gary.
But you guys were right, absolutely correct, that a short, concise survey is the way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That is obviously something you can throw, what is it? Throw at the wall and see if it sticks. If you want to add more information to it, delete.
or we could put a pin in it and wait and see.
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
You could add maintenance in here, you could add, if, again, speaking personally and having remnants of docks, wash up in my front yard, and, I mean, it happens
Yeah.
whether it's a dock or a float.
Right, we could put that in the actual questions and just break it out in terms of,
And this is where I blew this one, because part of my homework was talking to Camden, and the other part of my homework was talking to Earl.
Yeah,
And I want to talk to Earl about getting him in here, because I know from his perspective, it would be nice to put a little more teeth in the ordinances relative to floats.
I mean, they're a danger if they're busting up and there might not even be the floats that the people use on they could be lobster floats.
That's the ones that are busted up normally are the lobster floats, not necessarily piers and docks.
Right.
That happens when there's a storm, normally.
Sure, I mean, they take a beating out
Yeah,
there.
but most of them, because they're removed in the wintertime, they don't take that much damage unless you get a crazy high tide and a big storm like happened, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But the lobster floats that are in year round, they take beating. And they're basically just storage facilities in the wintertime. They get ice buildup.
But do we have a really good regulatory authority over those?
Well, that's the harbor master, and that's why I say I think it would be worthwhile to have Earl come in and just, and I know there is a harbor committee meeting coming up, I think this week, right?
Yeah.
I wanna still talk to him on the side and just see if it's something that he would be open to just discussing this, cause I think if you look at Camden's, they talk about floats, piers. They do say floats, they talk about piers, they talk about,
We
all.
do have, chapter 142 is floats, piers and docks and
Okay.
shoreland.
Yeah, so I'll go back in and read our current on floats per se.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
think
there
it's-
is one?
Yeah, I don't think it's in the planning board folder because you normally don't deal with that chapter,
Right.
but it's in the ordinance book.
Oh, it's for harbor masters?
Yes. So
Oh,
you can access it online. We have the ordinances through the website,
okay.
where if you want, you can come in and look at the green book.
Yeah, what is the reference again? It was the number
Chapter 142,
142.
shore, pier and floats. Use.
So pier is in there.
So I would recommend looking through that chapter and see
Oh.
if there's
Good, all right.
Yeah, so I think that there's definitely some, without reviewing it yet, there's definitely some room to kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Combine the two and,
Yeah.
or not necessarily combine them necessarily, but that makes them so that they're working together.
Yeah. I'm still not sold on a moratorium yet, but
I'm not either. And
No,
I don't know if I'm sold on a survey either, because I think we need to get our ducks in a row first. Because as soon as you put out that survey, you're gonna have a million questions and people are gonna be, well, what are you doing? Right? And without having kind of preliminarily put together our thoughts, to me, it's a little dangerous. I agree with what Steve Pendleton said. I think it's something we should do if we're gonna go down this road.
yeah,
But my opinion, we gotta have our thoughts together.
yeah, we gotta at least have a semi-game plan.
Yeah.
well, and if we just go the route of proposing to add to our ordinance, we'll have public hearings on it, so.
Yeah.
That's another alternative.
Right. All right,
So I would propose that we take this information that I provided and review it.
Yep.
And come back to the next committee meeting.
sure,
I'll get Earl to come to the next committee meeting. I'll discuss with him what we're thinking,
yep.
and have him invite him to the next one.
You have his cell phone number?
I do.
Okay.
Yep, I do. And then come back to that next meeting with him and his involvement, and then kind of our precursory review of what Camden does and what we think we can adopt,
Yep, yep.
using our own language, of course.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sounds like a game plan. So what is our next meeting? That's the end of the month, isn't it? 'Cause this is our second one in June. We have one more in June.
do we have one right before is it right before the fourth?
Yeah, it's the 29th.
Which is, that's the Monday,
That's a
right?
Monday night, Monday afternoon, evening, whatever it is that we meet. I don't know when it becomes evening, afternoon becomes evening.
5 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't know.
Quitting time, that's right.
I don't have a quitting time.
I know you don't. See,
Actually, I do. After I'm done milking, I'm usually done for the night.
I think that's probably a good plan. So the 29th, do we want to try to do the same thing? 4:30,
I think so.
that work?
That works for me. I can go earlier, but I had enough time to go home and change my shirt from the sweaty mess I was in.
Can you do that,
What a weird
Jennifer?
day today was.
Yep,
It was-
yep.
And then.
I think so. I may be calling from New Hampshire, but yep. Oops.
Wait, you can't leave the island right before the 4th of July. That's not allowed.
Well, I'll come back. Maybe.
I'm for it. I'm for it. All right,
Okay,
so shall we come to a close on this meeting?
10 minutes to spare.
That's all right.
Whoa, whoa.
We might
Well,
need
you
those.
said, you laid down the mandate last time. You said we gotta come ready to,
I know, and I didn't. I mean, I didn't study all this stuff.
well, I didn't, I just got it and sent it to Carrie today, so.
Oh, okay, so I'm off the hook on
Yeah,
that.
you're off. I got it on Friday, late afternoon Friday, and I didn't think Carrie was gonna work on the weekend. She probably would have, but.
Yeah.
I tried to
Thank
stay away
you.
from that.
I
I don't know if
appreciate
Carrie,
that.
I don't know if she has a quitting time either.
Yeah, but
I
thank-
need to.
Does any permanent resident of this island have a quitting time? Oh. I'm retired and I seem like I don't have a quitting time anymore.
All right, take a break.